Hi guys. So I am back. I shared on my community page that I took a completely unintended little break this weekend. It just kind of felt like so many different things needed my attention, and by the time it was all said and done, I just was depleted. I really was. And, I've been very transparent during my time on YouTube. Um, I suffer with seasonal depression. It is real. It is, can be really bad sometimes. And there are just certain points where, I'm not going to come on here and like put on a front and, force myself to, make content if it's not coming from a genuine place. And that's just, what I've been dealing with, the past couple of days. It's just been, now it's finally sunny, but it was like gloomy and, a little bit of rain. And, so whatever. And then I ended up going for what was going to be a really simple, oil change, tire rotation, and alignment. And what should have taken, according to the my service advisor, oh, you'll be out of here in 90 minutes tops. By the time I got back home, it was 6 hours after I arrived. Really, but I'm also not going to be one of those Karens who's sitting there screaming at somebody at a car dealership. Like, that's just completely ridiculous. I understand that things, people get tied up and all of that stuff. So I was like, well, gotta sit here and wait. I can't go anywhere without my car. And yeah, so either way, I wanted to put that in the beginning of this video. If y'all suffer with seasonal depression or depression year round, or you've just been in a funk lately, you're not alone. And I think a lot of us deal with that on differing kind of levels. And I get it. I understand. And just be kind to yourself. Take your, take your time and just be kind to yourself, because I know for me, I put a lot of pressure on myself to stay consistent on YouTube and, manage my life outside of YouTube and be good at work and just try to. Sometimes I feel like I need 8 arms, and it's okay if one thing needs to go onto the back burner so that you can really focus on your mental health and things that need your attention. And sometimes the things that need your attention are, you yourself need your own attention. And that's the way that it goes sometimes. So nevertheless, I am back. We're back in action. I'm trying to figure out like what order I want to film things in. And I figured for my first video that I'm filming, I want to talk about some of the stuff that I've been seeing on social media. Even though I wasn't doing a lot of filming, I was still watching a fair amount of stuff. The first thing I want to talk about is this woman who is going viral over on TikTok. So she basically shared that she has 6 kids, and these are some of the things that she does in her household to make things easier. And a lot of them were kind of like, whatever works for your family, that's really cool. So she got to the point where she said that she only gives her kids 2 baths a week. And if they need more, they get it. But she only schedules baths for 2 days a week.
Just a few things we do in our home to make our life a little bit more manageable. Tech time is only Tuesdays and Thursdays. You get an hour. And you have to check out the laptops so we know who had them last, just in case they get lost or broken. Bath and shower days are Sunday and Wednesday. If you need a bath in between that, then absolutely. But otherwise, that's good enough. The kids get allowance. They get $1 for every year of how old they are. This means I don't have to keep track of who I bought, what, when. I can just be like, okay, do you have any money? No sleepovers. Then I don't have to decide who had a sleepover when, whose house is safe. Is it safe enough? Just, yes, we do late nights. No sleepovers. Everybody has 2 chores. And you do those 2 chores every single day for an entire year. No chore charts to keep track of. Kids get really good at their chores. There's no moaning and complaining when I say, hey, do your chore. And they're not like, oh, I don't want to do that chore because it's just the same chore. I mean, they've grown a little bit, but just not as much. I pay my older kids to babysit. Why? Because it's not their job to take care of their siblings. Every kid gets 2 extracurriculars, something like musical or theater related, and then a sport. And this might change as the kids get older, but for now, this is all we can handle. You get a cell phone when you are 12, and only when you turn 12. We use a rotating dinner schedule. Every 2 weeks, we just have the same thing over and over until we get sick of a meal and decide to come up with a new one. No food allowed outside of the kitchen. Absolutely not. Free crafts available pretty much any time of the day, whenever you want, but they have to stay in the craft area. And last but not least, but most importantly, Mom leaves the house every Tuesday night to take herself on a little date night.
My kind of immediate opinion of that was, you know, that sounds really crazy because as a parent, you're supposed to be teaching your kids hygiene, right? And when your kids are that little, they need your guidance. We're not talking about like teenagers who, you know, you tell them to do something and they can do it for themselves. We're talking about like young kids who need guidance and they need to be told what to do and how to do it properly, and you hold their hand, and you know, that's just what you do for little kids. So many people were stitching her video saying, you know, that's absolutely wild. This you know, almost goes into the part of neglect. If you're not bathing your children more than 2 times a week, there were people in her comments saying, because she made another video and she was like, oh, I can't believe how many people are concerned about how many times a week my kids get bathed. But lady, like, you put it on the internet. Did you think that people were going to just all give you a round of applause for only giving your kids 2 baths a week? Like, what a weird thing. What a weird thing to make public and then get mad and be upset when people had a completely different viewpoint than you put out in your video.
Wow, people are very passionate about how often other people's children should be showering. I'm curious if your kids shower every single night, where you live, because we live in an incredibly dry climate and all of my kids have really sensitive skin. If they showered every single day, like, their skin would be so incredibly raw, and like even lotioning, like, it's not good for their skin to be doing that every single day. And just FYI, the American Dermatology whatever association says like 1 to 3 times a week is like fine for kids. And I understand if you like the routine, if you live somewhere else, if your kids are playing sports every single day, but like my kids are fine showering 2 to 3 days a week. They're fine most of the time. So obviously if they need it more, then they get it more, like I said in that video. But please keep the comments kind and civil, otherwise I'll just block and delete you. But I really am curious how often you get shower, and include where you live, because I think that matters.
But I saw so many different comments, and there were literally comments from parents saying, my kids get bathed when they remind me, or when we remember to, or something. Like, what kind of world are we living in? What kind of world are we living in where you are telling people that you bathe your kids twice a week, then you're getting mad at people that are saying, that's weird, that's not hygienic, don't send your children out into the world when they are not being properly bathed, you are not teaching them proper hygiene. But then there were also some people that were sitting there saying, oh yeah, you know, I bathe my kids whenever they remind me that they need a bath. Like, people, the things that parents will put on their social media, we are living in a time of just sheer chaos, I'm convinced. I'm convinced that we are living in a period of time of sheer chaos and people posting bad behavior and being rewarded for it. So I want to know how y'all feel about that. And that actually reminds me of something else. I was having a conversation with one of my very long time subscribers over on Instagram. And, we were kind of going back and forth and stuff. And I was like, I feel like I've been doing commentary long enough now where my fuse is so short for ignorant behavior. And specifically when the ignorant behavior is applauded, I'm tired of bad people being allowed to become famous and make a lot of money on social media by being just absolute pieces of garbage individual. Like, you take these people who have no morals and then they come up on a channel and say, hey, I have no morals and this is all of the stupid ideology and bad behavior that I'm going to show y'all, and I'm going to make a bunch of money off of y'all viewing my garbage content, and y'all are going to make me, the garbage person, very wealthy and very successful, and the garbage can just support the other garbage. It's wild to me. For me personally, I've always tried to, make it a point to tell people, I do have integrity and I do have morals. And if that comes off as me being holier than thou or being a snob or whatever, I've been hearing that for so long. It's just kind of a boring argument to me. But I guess my point is, why are we allowing idiots to still become so successful on these platforms? It really makes me question humanity. So that's the thing with that lady Sharon. To me, Sharon comes off as somebody who wants her kids to fit into her lifestyle instead of her doing whatever she has to do to make sure that her kids are well-rounded and taken care of properly. So I just felt that was kind of interesting, and the amount of stitches, I was like, holy cow, like how many different people are gonna, stitch this lady's video. But it had a lot of people talking, so I want to know how y'all feel about that. Is it, making something out of nothing? Is it actually, like, I'm not one of those people who's like super blown away by it. But I also understand that, like, a parent's job is to teach their children and make sure their children are taken care of. Like, that's the absolute bare minimum. Like, that's your responsibility as a parent. And I do kind of feel like those responsibilities are not being exceeded when you're going on the internet and saying stuff like that. Now, of course, I have to touch on Austin McBroom for just a second. I know the Ace family stuff does not intrigue people like it once did, but I want to touch on this for just a second. Austin, I've said, I'm not going to sit there and speculate on his mental health or what kind of issues he might be going through, but I think that it's safe for me to say that I do feel like he is continuing to troll everybody, because he has had his brother go to his RV and make a video. He has made a music video with his friend DDG, making fun of the fact that he can look through his RV window and see his former house. Like,
because it's gonna bother me if I don't get this question off my chest. Why did you hit up Daryl to do that, to go to his house, and you didn't hit me up?
You want me to be honest? You got a girlfriend now, and like, I just feel like
That ain't stopping nothing, bro.
Nah, bro. I just feel like
He has a baby though.
Yeah, but he got help. Like that's your baby, Sophia. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you and her, like together 24/7. I feel like there's no room for me over there. You know what I'm saying?
People are hitting me up, making me seem like a bad person.
I know, that's stupid.
As if I denying you access to my home.
I know, I don't know why they be thinking
And
that.
every day, no, I'm not done. Every day, I go on TikTok, Scroll, Osman Broom. Scroll, Osman Broom. Comments, Landon, what are you doing? Landon, get your brother. Landon, why are you doing this? Why is he not at your house? And I'm like, what? It's everywhere, bro. And then I come over here, you got one chicken wing in your fridge, bro.
Bro, but you see how nice.
I see no clothes here, bro.
What?
You have cookie dough.
Crazy? You didn't even look at them, bro.
You have one backpack.
Bro.
You have no toothpaste. You act like I didn't see that. Like,
you trying to play me right now?
No, I'm not.
How nice is RV is, bro?
It's nice.
I bought this cash, bro.
I get it, but what else now?
What do you mean? You see how I'm living? I'm living nice, and I told everybody, including you, this is temporary, bro. Wait till you see my new crib after this crib.
The thing is, you have money. Like, you don't have to look like this on the internet, bro. You don't have to be going through what you're going through. I'm concerned for you, bro.
How am I looking, though?
You're looking crazy, bro. We have the same last name, bro. You got me looking crazy.
What are you talking about? You see luxury everywhere you look. Luxury. I'm luxury. Everything is luxury. Like,
what is that?
What?
What is that?
Going back to school.
Oh my.
Seriously though?
What?
I think I'm gonna throw a Valentine's Day party here. I want you and Sophia to come.
Nigga, no.
What?
I didn't want. You think I'm gonna bring my girl up in here?
Bro, are you tripping? Have you ever been to a? No.
Last thing I'm gonna say, bro, because to be honest with you, I really try to come over here on some sympathetic stuff and play that card like online and whatever, but I don't feel sorry for you, bro. I'm really irritated by how off you're looking and how you got me looking off. And you don't even have to crazy because you don't even have to do this to yourself. Make yourself like this, bro. You're walking around, you got cookie dough in there, bro. You got one chicken wing, one salsa in there, bro. Look at your outfit,
No,
B.
bro, listen to me.
And I'm tired of everybody talking to me about it.
You know what? Damn everybody else, bro. This shit is temporary, bro. When you see me come out of this, I'm gonna be a different person, bro. You're gonna be like, damn, bro, you really did it. Just like the rest of the world. I'm telling you, bro.
You're welcome for your stuff. I love you, bro. I'm always gonna love you. You know you can call me. I don't want to see you at nobody's house besides mine next time if something happens.
I don't need to call nobody, bro. Real talk. I don't need to call nobody. I don't need nobody, bro. You see what I'm doing. I'm killing the game. Alright? Just know that, bro. I'm really outside, but like inside the RV.
I'm expecting one of two things to happen with the Ace family situation. One, they're going to come out and say that they're going to reconcile and, you know, work it all out. Or number two, Austin is going to wear himself out and take a social media break. Because he can't keep going on and on like this. Like, you're saying you're going back to school, you're living in an RV, you're making music videos, you're trolling people that work at CVS, you're, you know, just doing so many off-the-wall things. I truly don't get it. And I don't know who's looking at that and actually being like, oh, poor Austin. Anyone who actually believes that he is doing this, like, because he's actually sad and going through grief and misery, like, maybe it's just, you know, those kid fans that love the Ace family. I'm completely unsure. Two more things I want to touch on. One is that I saw that Colleen Ballinger, I was looking on her vlog channel, and Colleen, her views are just tanking. I don't know what her future on YouTube is going to look like, but I think that with her coming back and her views just like continuing to dip and dip and dip, I don't see how she could continue to be a full-time content creator with the way that things are going. And something that I saw, because I was looking on her TikTok to see, has she come back to TikTok? Like, what's going on? She hasn't, as of a couple days ago when I looked. One of the TikToks that she posted right before everything happened over the summer was from her being at the Kids' Choice Awards.
Hi, I just had the most awkward experience at the Kids' Choice Awards, so let's talk about it. I was nominated for Female Content Creator, Social Media, something, and I did not win, because I never win. It's kind of my thing. Except for one time I won a Teen Choice Award, but then they never sent me my surfboard, but that's another story for another day. That's not what we're talking about right now. So because I was nominated as Miranda Sings, I wanted to walk the carpet as Miranda Sings, but I also kind of wanted to walk the carpet as me, so I walked the carpet twice. I walked it as me first, and then I took off my makeup, and I put on Miranda clothes, and then I walked the carpet as Miranda. See, here we have Miranda, and here's me So I walked like this first, and then I changed to walk like this. Okay, anyway. So I always feel pretty uncomfortable at events like this because I feel like I just don't belong there. I always feel very awkward. I feel like everyone's looking at me like, what is she doing here? Who is that? So I was feeling very anxious when I started to walk the carpet as myself, and my feelings were confirmed because none of the photographers wanted to take my picture. They would like take like one picture and then like start talking to each other. Like, they didn't say anything to me. They didn't want to talk to me. And when everyone else was on the carpet taking pictures, they're like screaming at them, flashes going everywhere. For me, they were like, click. Anyway, it made me feel not great. And then I had to go do some interviews. And of course, the first interview, the girl goes, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to talk to you. How are you, Carmen? And I was like, I'm great. I didn't correct her because I just felt so bad. I didn't want to make her feel awkward, but like she literally called me Carmen. And then I went to my next interview and the girl called me a different name too. I don't even remember what she called me. It was some other C name that is not my name, and it wasn't Carmen and it wasn't Miranda. I don't know what it was, but it was not my name. So I was like super uncomfortable. I was like, oh my God, I totally don't belong here. No one knows who I am and I don't even know who I am. I just want to go. So then I was like, okay, I have to walk the carpet as Miranda because I'm nominated as Miranda. So that I put on my Miranda outfit. I walk the carpet and you guys, the crowd goes wild. The photographers are going bananas. Oh, look over here, Miranda, look, let me get another picture. Oh my God. And then as I'm walking down where the interviews are happening, where no one knew my freaking name, everyone's like, Miranda, can we have an interview? Blah, blah, blah. So I just want to say, don't try to fit in, be a freaking weirdo, because when I was trying to look like pretty and perfect and look like everyone else and try to fit in, I was so uncomfortable, I was so anxious, and no one wanted anything to do with me. And then when I was weird and I didn't care what anyone thought and I was just like acting like an idiot, then I felt so comfortable and I had so much fun and people wanted to talk to me. So all I'm saying is, don't be this girl.
And I'd like to talk about that for just a second because I constantly kind of go back and think of her fans and how young they were and how impressionable they were and the things, you know, I talked about it for a very, very, very long time with her, the problematic content that she was creating, considering that she had a child fan base. I think even more so than her making the content knowing that kids were watching it, I also think of the brands that are aimed around kids but will constantly platform her, like the Kids' Choice Awards. It's wild to me that a company like Nickelodeon, where you're supposed to be this like kid-friendly network and have kid-friendly programs and kid-friendly personalities, y'all are really sitting up there platforming Miranda Sings, where she has a 10 plus year catalog of having sexually inappropriate content and that being pushed out to kids. And y'all want to give her awards for that. So for me, the conversation of Colleen goes far outside just what she was doing, but the companies that were choosing to give her an extra round of applause and invite her to award shows and allow her to participate with bigger networks to have her name further spread. So I think about that a lot, but she hasn't gone back to her TikTok, but the views that she was getting on her TikToks, I'm talking like millions of views on her TikToks. So I am a little surprised that she has not gone back to making TikToks because her views on YouTube are so not what she's accustomed to. I mean, her views are super high for like a channel. If I was getting those kind of views, it would be totally, you know, a ton of views. But for someone on her level, it's very obvious that those views are not going to do what she needs them to do to continue to support her lifestyle that she made off the backs of sexually inappropriate content aimed at children and then going on to exploit her own children. Appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. It was a bit of a rough weekend and I don't want y'all to like worry about me. I'm not putting this in the video to collect pity or anything like that, but because I have always been so consistent with content uploading, I also realized that if I don't upload for a couple days, that could concern some people, and I don't ever want y'all to worry, but I am going to be transparent. And you know, sometimes life just gets in the way, and sometimes I look at it and I'm like, sometimes I do wish I had more time to dedicate because you know, my God, with the amount of content that I upload and I work full time, I can only imagine what I could do if I was only working part time and had more time to dedicate to YouTube. But Either way, that's not what we're here to talk about for today. So I appreciate your all's patience. I appreciate the kind messages and the sweet comments that you have left. And yeah, if you're going through it, no matter what degree it is, you're not alone. I get it. We're all just trying to do our best. But I am back. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.